finally dropping a new song outside of the rap battles.
Yo! Go! Yo! Oh my God!
What do you do, baby? Back again with another.
No, we don't have
Cartoon Cat song.
We don't have a reaction. We don't have a reaction today.
Why not?
Because we have a guest.
Who?
Sam I Am. Because you know who like green eggs and ham? Cam! Cam from VRB!
You gotta stop! You gotta stop! Bro. You have to stop with these dumbass rhymes! But anyway. What's up, Cam? What's going on, man? How you feeling today? How you feeling, man?
I do like eggs. I do like ham, and I assume if they are green, they probably taste the same. Oh, there's nothing but facts being said.
Hey, you see what? That's how it works.
I give it to you. I give it to you. So, what is this that you released today, my brother?
Finally dropping a new song outside of the rap battles. Cartoon Cat is kind of in that same vein of my old Siren Head track that I did a few months back. And I've been having a lot of fun with just this loud, booming sound and just yelling my brains out when I rap. And it's been a lot of fun. So what you'll see is that this song on streaming, so this is on the Video Game Rap Battles YouTube channel, but the song itself on streaming platforms is on an account called Cam Steady. That's my artist name. I am Cam Steady. So this isn't going to be on the Video Game Rap Battles, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that stuff. This is on Cam Steady. So that's how I'm differentiating. Like the songs are Cam Steady, Video Game Rap Battles will have the rap battles on it. So this is like the first real transition song for me here.
Okay. And give just a brief little piece about Cartoon Cat. This caricature. What exactly is this?
So Cartoon Cat's like Siren Head. He's made by the same guy, Trevor Henderson. And all you need to know is that he's creepy and he's a cat and he looks like an old cartoon, like Felix the Cat type character.
Got you.
And but in terms of, that's all you need to know. This song kind of just like vaguely references it. It's more it's more a song than a
Got you.
Bad. Let's get it, goddamn. Welcome to InternetCity. Welcome to Internet Culture. Welcome to the What It Do crew.
Now, Cam, on your end, you should see the screen up of the video. All right, so we're about to get it up and running.
Get it!
Already sounded creepy.
Lord. Cam Steady production.
Hey! Start soon.
No! Wait. Okay.
Oh! Hold up, Cam.
Okay.
Hold up, time out. Wait.
I didn't know you literally meant yelling.
Wait, what the fuck is this? You spitting. You spitting.
And I'm stuck on the yelling part.
Hey, you spitting.
That's the thing. It's like I want to show these people that like this is what my music can be about. This is what I can do. It's not all just rap battles and playing characters and stuff like that. And so, this reaction is already just making me so happy because I love like
this cat's a cartoon. Did you make this beat?
I did make the beat. It was produced by a guy named I believe it's Modesto, something like that. His description, it's in the description, everything like that. I was just looking through beats, found him. He's super unknown, like small following. Reached out to him. He sold me the beat. Had my engineer Azu work on it with me, and it's just it hits. Man.
It's lit.
Let's go.
It's lit. You brought it back already?
Yeah. Okay.
God.
Now I know what we're getting into.
Yo.
No diamond, but I'm tripping no pills.
The flow.
Oh, the gate. Yo! Oh my God!
I'm stuck stuck between trying to turn up and trying to listen for the bars.
Bro,
I'm stuck.
You like the little harmony I threw in there with the
in the back, bro. You going stupid. You going stupid.
That's how
This is the last. I did not expect this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't expect it.
I knew it was gonna go hard, but I was expecting something toony. I was expecting like upbeat, chill flow. Not you ripping the head off this motherfucker.
Everybody want to throw twists and turns and this. God damn! It's only so much sweat Aaron can produce, damn it.
Bro!
It's only so much.
It already passed the test.
All right, let's go. Let's get it. And it's only a minute. It's a 53. Oh, wait. What is?
Danny, my Phantom, my coaster. Oh my God.
I knew you was gonna say something about the Danny Phantom.
Oh my God, he's going. Oh my God,
he's going coast.
Oh my.
Let's go.
Give me them pigs and curtains. That is all, folks.
Oh,
Porky the Pig!
Let's go!
Let's go, man!
Let's go!
Let's go!
Catch the bait, yo!
Yo!
I'm sorry, soon, yo!
I love that! I love that! Hey!
Bro, I need a second verse, bro. I need a second verse. I need a second verse.
We need
bro.
that! You took the easy route on us. We can't do
need
that.
a second verse.
That's the thing, bro. Y'all gotta hit the replay button. That's what's up. No,
Thanks.
That's the thing. With this type of music, it's like I like to get in, do my thing, and get out.
Get
bro.
out.
Like,
Okay.
Sometimes when I got like something, I'm talking about something to say. I'll bring in the extra verses, like bring that out.
Yeah.
3-4 minute songs, but stuff. When I want people to start sweating, bro, I'm gonna get you sweating
Bro.
in like a minute and a half.
You got me.
It make you want so much more.
Bro.
It
hooks you. It hooks you, and it gets you in that. Okay, what else he got? And you what you essentially create is that rabbit hole. You create that funnel for them to start going through everything you have, and then it's such a roller coaster listening to your music. It's like, oh, he did this. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did this. And you'll find them going through everything video game rap battles, and be like, hold up. That's a feature on a cipher.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's a whole it's a whole monster, bro.
But that's the thing. It's just like
God.
that's kind of the side effect, like, of doing the short songs. Is like, oh, people do that, but that's not really like I actually had like a short second verse on this track originally. I'm like, bro, it sounds better if you just like get in there and like all of the good stuff is just packed into that minute and a half rather than dragging us out. Because especially this is so high energy. So like in your face with what it is. I just want to hit you with everything I can possibly hit you with right away, and then like just leave you, and then you're like.
And then the craziest part, because it's so short, you stay on 10 the entire time.
Exactly.
You never drop off.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Then you hit put it on replay, and you end up listening to it 3 times.
Bro. All right, everybody in the What It Do crew, y'all already know what we say.
Go stream that.
Go stream that. Go like that. Go support that. Cam is on the show. Least you could do is show him love for coming on the show.
Exactly.
Least you could do.
God dog. So look.
We about to dive into
got
the
talent. Where did this start? Did you start with YouTube or did you start with music? Where did this start from?
I did start with music. I was original. Damn, bro, I messed up right off the bat. That was a lie. Take 2. I did start with YouTube. So originally I was super into film production, and I still am, like television production, writing, directing, stuff like that. I went to school at USC for film and television production, and that started when I was super young, like elementary school, middle school, playing with the cameras and being on YouTube. Video Game Rap Battles did start as just like a fan of Epic Rap Battles of History who didn't really make music. I was probably 13 years old when I made the first video game rap battle. And
Ash
that
versus Super Mario.
yeah, and that was just supposed to be a one-time thing. That was supposed to be
Yeah.
like we were making sketch videos, kind of like Smosh and people like that, dressed up as video
Yeah.
game characters. That's what we were doing. And then as a one-off, we're like, oh, it'd be funny if our two characters, Ash and Mario, rap battled each other like epic rap battles of history. Then that just blew up. It got like 100,000 views compared to the like 1,000 views we were getting on every other video. We're like, okay, let's try this again. Boom, episode 2, another 100,000. I'm like, all right, I got to start its own channel. So Video Game Rap Battles started on a different channel, and then I moved it to its own thing. And then that just unlocked my love of music. I actually didn't listen to too much music growing up. And that's just like my it's weird. My parents like probably like 10 artists total. Like they from like the 80s. And that's it. And so I like really had to go on my own journey to discover the music I like, what I'm into. And it was just this long progression, and like probably like 3 years ago, like that like close to now was when I really unlocked my interest in different types of rap, different styles, melodic, screaming, not just barring out on a track. So yeah, I'm still developing that style over time. It all started with the video production, and then the music interest and the love of the music came later.
Yeah, speaking of the video production, that also brings up one of my questions. I know, I think it was the Wario one. We had reacted to something from your channel, and it was 3D animated. Do you do the animations or do you outsource it? Because it looked like they were rap battling themselves. And I was like, hold on, bro, this isn't from the game. What is this?
Nah, it is original 3D animation. I don't do that myself. Back when I used to do the epic rap battles of history style, where I like dress up like the characters on a green screen, I did all the editing there. I'm not super into the animation sphere, but when I wanted to do Mario versus Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm like, there's no way I'm dressing up like Sonic the Hedgehog. That's gonna look stupid. I was like, all right, I'm gonna find an animator to do Sonic. And originally the plan was, I'm just gonna get an animator to like animate Sonic on a green screen, and then I'll still dress up like Mario. And the animator what I did was I literally just went on YouTube and searched up like Sonic animation, Sonic Source Filmmaker, because Source Filmmaker is the program they all use for animating video game characters.
Okay.
So I literally searched that up, and I reached out to 10 people, and then at the time the guy was Slim Play. He showed me like a clip of him like doing both Mario and Sonic, and I'm like, oh, this looks so much better than if I were to dress up like Mario. Just do the whole thing. And so I they have their own rates. I pay them for their time and everything like that. So they're just like freelancers basically. And I have a few of them that I work with repeatedly, but a lot of times I'm looking for new people for every video. So if I'm doing like Wario, I'd search up Wario animation, like people who have worked with the characters before.
Yeah, got you.
So how long does it take you to get a video together from the music to the finished product?
For the animated ones, I like to give it 6 weeks. So there's and that's like working out time. Usually the animator will request more time, but I try to have I have a calendar of when I want to release certain things, and I usually try to get a demo of the song to the animator 6 weeks before I want the video to be out. So like if I'm trying to do something on a relevant topic, I have to like catch it like right when it's starting to get popular. Like Siren Head was like such a huge character at the time, and I was like starting to see him get popular. I'm like, all right, I think he's gonna blow up, so I have to start writing the song now and give the animator like 5 weeks to get it done, so it's still like relevant. So that's why I do a lot of like Mario characters and Sonic characters, because they're always relevant. So I can just drop that whenever. It doesn't have to be like situational.
And was that also your approach to like the nerdcore spectrum, where like a lot of people who focus on anime, they're always they have to stay on pretty much the on topic anime, what's hot right now. And with gaming, it's always hot.
It depends, because some games are just hot. Like Fall Guys was hot for like 2 weeks. And it's gone now. If you do a Fall Guys video, it's just it's dead. So like Among Us right now is still huge. So But
Yeah.
I don't know in a year if Among Us is still going to be huge. So I'm trying to make a few like my Among Us rap battle that I did was my fastest growing video. It's already like in 1 month it's at like 2 million hits. I've never done that before, like numbers wise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like even my big videos that have like 10 million hits, like they get maybe like 100,000, 200,000 views in the first month and then
Yeah.
slowly grow over time. This one just took off. So uh that I do approach it with the all right, let me find what is just super popular, but not necessarily the same way that an anime is popular. It's usually going to have a cult following rather than being a big mainstream anime. Like
Got you. Got
Yeah.
you. Got you.
that's why I do these weird characters like Bendy and the Ink Machine and Freddy Fazbear. Like in the mainstream, not too many people are gonna know who Bendy
But
and the
they
Ink
got
Machine
they
are.
have a following.
But online, like in the nerdcore scene, on YouTube, like you can see like people
Mm-hmm.
like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye playing these games. That's like the audience that likes consuming video game rap battles.
Yeah.
So I strategically find, all right, what does that fan base look for in like a big relevant game?
Yeah.
And that's how I approach certain, like especially like the horror rap battles.
Yeah.
But for the mainstream ones like Mario, Sonic, I don't need to drop it when a Mario game is coming out because
Yeah.
Mario's Mario. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that's fine whenever.
Yeah.
So from what I'm hearing, you have to be pretty ahead with your calendar and schedule. So how far out are you planning for stuff outside of just one video?
I have 2 videos currently being animated. I have a video that should come out this Friday, and then another one that will come out the following Friday. Then the 2 animated videos are coming out, and then the song after that, I'm not sure. So the next 4 weeks are definitely like set in stone, but
Okay.
sometimes I'm planning 2 months in advance. I've low key been a little bit not as diligent like this past month, but
Yeah.
I need to jump back on my grind. I went a few weeks without uploading actually, and some of
Yeah.
that was prepping this song because I wanted this to be like a fun big release for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we talked, and this is what we were talking about at the beginning of this month when we first started. Well, not this month, but October when we first started talking about doing the interaction episodes. And you hit me up like, "Hey, bro, I'm in there." My question is, what was your mindset when you were formulating this? Because I know, like you said, this was the first where it's you as an artist, not video game rap battle. So is what was your mindset going into this, and going forward, how do you plan to separate yourself as an artist from video game rap battles in the continuation of things?
Yeah. That's like always on my mind, and I've been like thinking about that for like probably 2 3 years has kind of been when I decided that I do want to grow individually, not just as video game rap battles for the rest of my life. So
Yeah.
and just music, I kind of decided about 2 3 years ago like that's a route that I'm really trying to take. So in terms of what I'm doing here is this track kind of is like a little bit of a Trojan horse for everybody, or I name it after a popular horror character that I've done a rap battle about, but it's kind of only vaguely referencing. It's just to show people like, hey, I make this really dope music, but I'm capitalizing on the video game rap battles audience who wants to see music
Yeah.
about these characters. Like, hey, I make these dope songs. You should go check out my Cam Steady Spotify, my Cam Steady SoundCloud, and then
Yeah.
my Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff outside of Cam VGRB is the Cam Steady. So
Yeah.
run that up.
Hey, hey, the
And-
plug. You heard him.
Yeah. And for continuing the growth of that, I'm hoping that getting kind of that initial following from the fans of video game rap battles who see this Cartoon Cat song and are like, this is dope. I want to hear more of what Cam has to offer. Going to go check out that music. And that'll help its streaming numbers. And then people on Spotify, whatever page, that those numbers start to go up. Other
Yeah.
random people will slowly start seeing this music as I promote it, as it gets bigger. And it's not really a nerdcore song. So I
Yeah.
feel like this has a lot of not mainstream because it's a specific genre, but like a bigger appeal outside of the nerdcore realm. because you
Yeah,
don't.
because it doesn't sound like it. It
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, and you don't, it's not just the sound. Like you don't have to know about this like anime that it's about. It's like how Divide's songs are like, bro. This can just go on any like new rock
Anything, yeah.
playlist. Yeah,
Yes.
this like it's named a Naruto song, but like really it's just a Divide song with some Naruto clips. Like
References. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
So that's kind of what this is acting as, and hopefully that's kind of the initial goal is get some initial following from video game rap battles, and then new people will see this song as just a Cam Steady song, not a nerdcore
Yeah.
video game rap battle song, and grow from there.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a great marketing ploy. That's marketing that, like, from what I'm picking up about you, you're very calculated. Like you're super calculated and like super attention to details on how you handle things, and that's pretty cool. I think it's gonna work for sure.
Thank you, bro.
With your YouTube journey, I'm interested to ask, how do you feel it's been? Because if any outside person was to look at your Social Blade, for example, you would, or okay, you look at your YouTube channel, you see you got videos with 12 million, 14 million views, whatever. But you look at the Social Blade, and it's a steady growth.
Yeah.
So what is that journey been like in your head?
Yeah. When I started, I knew absolutely nothing. I was kind of accidentally smart and calculated in my beginning videos because now I'm like thinking of, oh, what are Markiplier's fans thinking? What are they like trying to pick up on trends? I was kind of I was the target audience for video game rap battles back when I was 13, 14 because I was super into like Slender Man, Hero Brian, like all these characters I was doing rap battles against. I was just super into that. So I just made that. So I went from 1,000 subscribers and a couple thousand views on my first two rap battles to like 30,000 subscribers in a year off of like 5 videos because
Yeah.
I just happened to make like 2 videos that got like 1 million+ views in a row. And that was just because I was super into Slenderman, PewDiePie, Markiplier, all these guys that were an up and coming horror trend, creepy pastas, all that stuff. So it didn't start as like a calculated journey. It was just more I was making videos about stuff that I thought was super cool. And now I try to make videos that will get like 10 million views, blah blah blah, but I'm not expecting that. I'm kind of pushing to get like if a rap battle hits 200K views, that's kind of like the minimum. Like, all right, that kind of flopped a little bit for me, but that's fine. Like, we're not in any danger. And then
Yeah.
if it gets 1 million views, then I'm like, all right, that was a like successful overall endeavor because they take so long. So my Social Blade probably looks really weird, especially like if you look at like years progression, because I've gone certain years where I only upload like 2 rap battles a year. And that's because I started in high school. So I would like not prioritize the video game rap battle stuff. Like I was a good student. I did sports. I did all this other stuff. And in college, like I had 1 year where I think I only uploaded 1 video to video game rap battles. So my numbers would go like, 5 million views a month and then like just barely hitting 1 million views a month, depending on the time of year. It would like probably look like this. And then I started working at a multi-channel network, like a partnership network for like a summer.
Yeah.
Like I did an internship at Studio 71, which is the channel network that manages my channel right now. And they just taught me so much about the, CPM, SEO, like all of the inner workings of YouTube that I, as a creator, was never taught because YouTube doesn't make it like easy and apparent to see these things. So it's funny that you say like, oh, you seem calculated and you know what you're doing, because I kind of am always researching, whether it's the basic stuff like Google Trends. I know like a lot of nerdcore people utilize Google Trends, and that's a great tool. But also just knowing how to structure your descriptions, how to do your tags, how to set up your playlists correctly. So many small, minute details that can just like double your daily viewership. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So I've kind of been like the tutor for like Game Boy Jones and like Joshua, a few of these guys. Like I kind of like revamped their channel for them, being like, all right, do your descriptions like this, do your tags like this, do stuff like that. So when I started figuring that out, then you can see an immediate jump from like like barely 100 subscribers a day to like at one point getting like 500 to 1,000 subs a day. It was
Yeah.
like a crazy immediate jump. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
when I'm on my grind and really like uploading weekly, getting a couple of big ones out, then the numbers jump back up to there pretty regularly.
Cool, cool. So
Goodness gracious.
your goal right now is your goal right now to go back to dropping stuff weekly?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have a few weeks. It's my goal is get a rap battle out every week, but with the understanding that if it doesn't happen, get it out next week.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like one level of more work than doing a nerdcore song to get these videos animated, to work with, probably like at least 4 or 5 people are involved in every rap battle.
Yeah.
So whether because like I'm usually doing the writing and stuff, but then there's whoever's working on the beat, whether it's me or outsourced. Usually I have somebody else doing the engineering and stuff while I'm working with the animator. Then the animator sometimes has 2 people. Sometimes there's another rapper that's working with me. Sometimes they're doing the writing with me. So there's so many different
Moving
cogs in
parts.
this
Yeah.
machine.
Yeah.
So sometimes it just doesn't happen because one of the cogs just falls through.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially like I've had some issues with animators who just kind of go ghost on me, which sucks. But a lot of times the animator causes some sort of delay, but it's not really their fault because they have such a small window
Yeah.
and they're not like my employee, so they don't have like they don't have to work 8 hours a day. They have
Yeah.
school, jobs, stuff like that. So this is like their freelance gig. So with so many parts, it isn't always going to be a perfect weekly thing.
Weekly.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And that's what I think a lot of people don't realize because, like, they don't realize the stuff that goes into producing content like this,
Yeah.
or just even just simple reactions. Because a couple days ago I was editing on stream, and they were like, "Wow, we didn't know it took this much long." I'm like, "Yeah, it seems simple on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
surface, but." With a video game rap battle, it's
It's
all
a
of these
whole different
pieces,
monster.
and you gotta
Yeah.
pay these people, and you gotta
Yeah, yeah.
It's a,
And
it's a whole bunch.
this is why Rustage only uploads a rap battle like every 5 to 6 weeks. It's the same reason. Like
Yeah.
he does the other songs. Not he's a song maker first and rap battle maker second, but
Yeah.
he has these other, like he said, like I would like to drop more rap battles, but with the editing time, because you've seen his editing, like his editor goes crazy on those rap battles.
Yeah.
There's no way he could do it faster than 6 weeks. So he either needs to get multiple editors or just upload once every 4
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah. Another question for the business, the YouTube business side of things that you had raised in my mind, for people who are interested in getting into YouTube or looking to get into YouTube, would you suggest they work with a network, or would you suggest that they get down in the grimy and try to figure it out themselves, do a little bit of research? What would you suggest on that? Because I know for us, we kind of didn't really want to go into a network because
Yeah.
we pretty much knew how to do it. But I know there's a lot of people who don't know how to do it and really don't even know where to look for the information. What would you suggest to them?
I was very lucky with the network that I worked with. I was actually partnered with a different network when I started working for Studio 71. Then I managed to switch contracts over to them. I was very lucky that I got to go in person in the office, sit down with the head of SEO, marketing, stuff like that. Sit down and them by hand show me right in front of my face. All right, your descriptions need to look like this. Your thumbnails need to do this. I was very lucky, and a network like Full Screen, or back when Machinima was a thing, or
Yeah.
broadband.
Bro, I forgot about Machinima.
Yeah, no, these companies, there's no way they can physically do that with all their partners, because they're interested in getting a large amount of partners and then getting small amounts of revenue through that. And they do provide some benefits, like I think that getting paid by a network is sometimes a little bit more streamlined than getting paid by AdSense, because AdSense is just all sorts of wonky to me. But in terms of like starting out, if you're like, got a couple thousand subscribers, I do not recommend going the network route. I think you can learn everything through both yourself, what tools are provided to you and then learning from other people and seeing what they're doing. If you make friends with somebody who's been doing this longer, they can definitely give tons of knowledge on how to do the metadata and stuff. But yeah, if you're starting out, I don't think a partnership is necessary until you start moving into things like, okay, I want to do live shows, I want to do big merch releases, I want to do this, this, and this. And if you're at that size, you're probably going to have at least 6 figures of subscribers at that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So around that's why I work with Studio 71 as well. They gave me a very nice contract, so I am very grateful that they kind of gave me special treatment. But
Yeah.
also, Studio 71 only works with roughly 300 partners total. So I
Yeah.
know that my channel manager, who I have his phone number, I have his like I can text him any time of the day. I know he's only working like directly with like 10 other people. So I know that I'm a priority, and is like I can call him like cold. Like I had a copyright claim situation that I needed sorted out, and I just called him like, "Yo, can you get your guys on this?" So
Yeah.
I'm very lucky, and that comes with being at the size, being at the right place, the right time. I don't think a network is going to provide too much benefit to somebody who's trying to get into the scene.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can agree with that. And as for the copyright thing, I think that is something that's would be very lovely to have, especially after we had someone who tried to false claim us, saying that they were ERB. I'm like, bro, and so we hit up the guys from ERB. We're like, hey, bro, we just got a copyright strike from you guys. What can we do? And in the DMs, the dude was like, "Yeah, bro, that ain't me. That literally is not me." And so we had to do the grimy and get down in the gutter and figure it out. And ERB, bro, they were really supportive. And we were talking to I believe it was their manager or their producer. And he's like, "Bro, I got you." And he went. He found out who the dude was. He found out where he found out where the dude lived. like I'm like, bro, all I found was the one channel.
Yeah.
And he was able. He submitted all the stuff to YouTube as well as through a third party, and then we submitted it through YouTube.
Yeah.
And just having that extra buffer of help, it's lovely. Like I can understand. Like that is a lifesaver.
Yeah, yeah. So when it gets to the size where like, as like unfortunate as it is, when you're growing on YouTube at a much earlier stage, the copyright claims don't really matter if you're only making like, 20 to 80 bucks a month off of views and stuff like that. It's more about your growth and stuff like that, prioritizing growing. And then once you're at a size where the money you're making is significant every month, then like having the copyright tools is so useful and having some form of protection. Because that's the one thing is like, I have like friends who are starting in YouTube and I'm like, make sure you really want to do this because like YouTube is a very unforgiving situation. Like people are YouTube is not there to help you. It is there to profit off of whoever they can. So if they're making more money from one person than from you, they're prioritizing the other person over you.
Yeah, and that is true, and we know that because when our channels got taken down, our first channel that got we had reacted to someone's content, 2 separate channels, and instead of sending us a takedown notice, could you take this down? They gave us strikes, like hardcore, and the videos had like 50 views, bro. It wasn't like it wasn't nothing that was 100,000 views. No, it had like 50. One had like 15. And they still gave us the strike. And it was like that one thing, like no matter how much we tried to talk to them or talk to YouTube about it, it's like it literally seemed like, hey, they're bigger than you. We don't care. We're making more money off of them than you. And it was that situation like, okay, cool. And like you said, YouTube can be very unforgiving.
Exactly. And so that's why finding the community rather than relying on like a network, finding the community that you're in, because like Epic Rap Battles of History like loves the community that they're in. Like they love the reactor side of the community too, so they're probably more than helping. Like, oh, we want to help this community. We want to provide the tools. You don't need some big professional organization to go represent you in a legal situation. You can go out and do it yourself, which was awesome. I had the same situation with Scott Cawthon, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's. There was one day I was sitting in high school, like physics class, and I get 5 emails saying all of your Five Nights at Freddy's songs, which had probably like 10 million views worth of views and videos. All of them are taken down off of Spotify, off of things, and you might
Goodness gracious.
you might be subject to, because this was through all of the other music distribution platforms too. This wasn't just YouTube. So they said you might be subject to compensate the owner of the copyright like all of the money you have earned off of these. And
Yeah.
we're talking like 5 figures at this point, because when you get to
Yeah.
like that many views, and I'm sitting here in high school about to go to college, like I don't have this much money.
Yeah. Like,
I like just, and I saw on Twitter a lot of my friends who made like 4 or 5 of my friends who had huge Five Nights at Freddy's songs who had like 10 million views worth of stuff also got hit, and they were just blasting this guy on social media, like Scott Cawthon. And I'm like here in panic mode, and I'm like, I'm not gonna blast this dude online. So I reached out to him directly, like, hey, I'm 17 years old. I don't have this much money. If there was some sort of copyright issue, like I can take down the videos myself, or I can do something to the videos to make them not copyright. If you just like reinstate them. He's like, oh, don't worry, this was a mistake from my legal team. I will reinstate all of the videos and everything. And like he made a
Yeah,
post
yeah.
like, guys, just reach out to me if there's an issue.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like you don't have to go to lawyers and stuff like that. So
yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about your music and how you approach just songs in general. Whether it's a song like this one or a video game rap battle.
Yeah.
What's your approach to music in general?
yeah, I'm always more on the kind of writing, creative performance side rather than the technical side. So like I did a lot of my own mixing the first 5 6 years, but then in college, a lot of this dude who does a lot of my current engineer, Azu, I met him because he just lived on the same floor as me, and he was like, he's a music theory production student, so he was like 5 years ahead of me in terms of music production. I'm like, dude, like I'll just, give you this amount, and like if I'll just do the recording and then we can sit together and mix together, and he just does all this crazy stuff. And it's a new creative voice in the process. Rather than just me, like 100% my vision, it's a new creative voice. So like he could tell me like, bro, this is trash. Like
Yeah.
let's like we'll be like 20 minutes into it, like, dude, this is not going to turn into something good. Like, let's start on a new thing. Like, this is,
Yeah.
and sometimes that's like a wake up call I need to hear, but also even just small details, like in the Cartoon Cat song, this cat's a cartoon,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
that was just him like chopping it up. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I didn't
Yeah.
request that, but that's cool. And then I'll usually like to go online and search for beat makers, specifically like people who don't have huge followings. Sometimes I'll just go on the big beat pages and like work with bigger producers, but I like finding people with like 1,000, a couple hundred subscribers, and finding their beats, because they usually have like such cool production and ideas and stuff that you won't see risks being taken on the bigger pages, and they don't sound super professional, but me and Azu can like mix the beat better and make it better. We're looking for like a cool fresh melody. And so I was literally just searching through beats. I think this guy Modesto has like less than 1,000 subscribers. He's probably around there, and this beat probably had like 500 views on YouTube. Like nobody
Yeah.
had like been searching for this beat or has been seeing this stuff. And I saw him like, God, this like hits so hard, and like the whole like then start soon
Yeah.
cartoon, like that came to me instantly. So usually I'll find a beat, I'll kind of like freestyle what I want it to sound like with just kind of like mumbling, and sometimes I'll come up with a few decent bars off the top, and I'm like, all right, that has to go in there. And then basically if a beat hits me and I'm able to like do something with it right away, I'll use it. I'll listen to like 50 beats, and only one of them something will hit me right away, and then I'll just throw away the other 49. That's why like I'm so impressed by people like, whoever, Fable, Rustage, Daddy Fast Snaps, who make their own beats, because I feel like I'd be making my beat and I'm like, all right, cool, I made a beat and I've got nothing like inspired to write to this. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like to be hit by the music to make the like lyrics and the melodies and everything like that, the flows. So
Yeah.
So in your music, do you prioritize? Are you the type of person to prioritize the bars, or the more melodic side of things?
Yeah, I grew up off of like barring out and doing rap battles and double entendres, punchlines and stuff. And I like
Mm-hmm.
kind of burnt myself out after a while because I was always like the argument like, guys, Eminem's the best, Nas is the best. They're like
Yeah.
all the new wave sucks. Like
Yeah.
these mumble rappers suck. And then I started like really listening to new forms of music. I'm like, guy, like this is just like such a cool vibe. This sound is
Yeah.
so cool with stuff I haven't heard before. Should maybe there's a couple cool bars in there, but like as a nice little treat. But it's like more about the sound. And so video game rap battles will always have to be about bars at its core, like have some cool like punchlines in there. But I feel like the quality of them got so much better as I started writing music more for sound. So like Cartoon Cat, it's got some bars, but
Yeah.
it's more about ah like
Yeah,
screaming
yeah,
inside
yeah,
your
Yeah,
chest.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
making you feel hype.
yeah, it's more about the vibe. And I've got a few other slower melodic tracks that some of them have been released on Camp Steady. I have like 2 songs that are public on there that are like kind of more poppy, like melodic songs. And they're not really about bars. It's just more about what's the vibe, what are you getting from the lyrics, uh, like what are you feeling through it. And I feel like I've become a really good writer through video game rap battles, so I can,
Yeah.
if I really want to hit them with like a really cool bar. Like it's like you said, for the most part, you guys were just vibing, going, "Hey,
Yeah,
hey!"
yeah.
But then you'll
Yeah.
pause, like, "Wait, wait, I saw something. I
What
saw
did he?
something." Like
Yeah. What did?
I like putting in those little nuggets in different situations depending on what the
Yeah.
song calls for. So I've been
Yeah.
writing a lot for sound and vibe and just like. Bro, if something were to come up on my Spotify playlist, would I like immediately like listen to this and add it to my own playlist?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what I've been going for.
Yeah, and that actually shows like, for one, a lot of growth as an artist, because there's a lot of people out here who don't have the flexibility or the ability to accept the different forms of music, and
Mm-hmm.
to even research why they're accepted or why people like it. And the fact you could dive down, okay, because it's melodic. We're not looking for the bars here,
Yeah.
but it's the vibe it feel. And
Don't
so-
underestimate the vibe.
don't underestimate the vibe. And if you can imprint that, that's a very brilliant way to do things.
Yeah.
And
I
bro,
try-
that's brilliant.
Thank you, bro. I try to when I see like people like this who kind of, especially it's never on the like like the mumble rap side. Like they're never super hostile towards lyrical rappers. It's always like lyrical fans
Lyrical.
towards mumble rappers. So whenever I see like some of my fans who are like lyrical and like dissing like whoever, like Uzi or somebody, I'm like, just like, like throw away the idea that these lyrics have to have 10 meanings or like have this crazy cool flow. Just like sit back, listen to it. And I was the prime example of somebody who like just refused to listen to like newer stuff. Like I had probably listened to like 5 Kanye songs total before I started college. Like I feel like Kanye sucks. He doesn't like do about the bars. He's crazy. He doesn't like stuff like that. And then
Yeah.
I like just sat down and like I had like a 2-hour work commute one summer. So like every day I would just listen to new albums. So I listened like all of Kanye's discography like back to back. I'm like, this man's a genius, bro. Like why did I not like he is crazy, but
He's crazy, like crazy as a bag of cats.
musically, this man's a genius. And so that's why I'm like, I would never have opened myself up to like listening to YNW Melly if I had not like just sat back and be like, all right, like what do I really enjoy in music?
Yeah.
So okay, give me a top artist just overall, and then give me a top artist of this generation for you. Put the pressure on.
Yeah, it's picking like I'll definitely put Kanye up there. Like in terms of if I were to say like like a top 10 rapper list, I would put rappers by their discography and their music rather than how many different flows do they have, how many different, like that's important in making good music, but you know, like Eminem forever has been one of my favorite rappers, but even I can say like, you know, some of the new music he's putting out, it's just not hitting the same way. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he still makes good songs. I have Godzilla on repeat, but like some of the stuff on like his past 3 albums, I've been like, I don't know, man. He's like
Yeah, yeah.
he feels like he's trying to prove himself too much. Just make some good music, you know? Like you don't have to
Yeah,
like
you've already set yourself in stone
yeah,
in
yeah.
the Mount Rushmore of music.
Yeah. So like uh you know, like but he is like objectively one of the goats. I put him up there too, but like for this generation, one of my favorites was Juice World, rest in peace. That was huge. Like that was a crushing blow to me. He was one of the first like kind of these emo singing rappers that I really got into, and that just opened the floodgates into listening to Uzi and all these other guys that
Yeah.
like I was a huge fan of the kind of most recent wave of melodic hip hop. God, who else would I just really this is tough, guys. You guys really
Hey, hey,
put me
You
on
gotta
the
put the
spot.
pressure on. Gotta put the pressure on you.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Everybody who comes in, we hit them with a hard question.
You can cut my thinking parts out, or you can just, or you can just have me stroking my beard for 2 minutes. Like,
I'm gonna put the Jeopardy theme in the background.
yeah, I put in terms of like overall artistry, I love Childish Gambino as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like how dynamic his career was from both like movies, music, television, all that stuff is really cool. But also like he started out like kind of as like a nerdcore rapper. Like he was doing
Yeah.
like all these funny punchlines and puns. Like if you look at Camp and his early mixtapes, it was all like a bunch of nerdy bars. Like my clique should be canceled, freaks and geeks. Like all this.
Yeah, yeah,
These random references in there, and like hanging in the alley looking for Earl, like Toe Jam. Like I could think of a bunch of Childish Gambino nerd bars off the top of my head. But now he's
yeah.
but then because of the internet, he started getting really cool, like figuring out kind of a more poppy sound, like being a little more radio friendly, like 3005. Sweatpants.
3005 is forever gonna be a hit.
I know.
No matter
I know.
what you say or what you do.
Yeah.
That's the jam.
So, but then he comes back with
This is America.
yeah, Awaken My Love. Yeah, like that came out. Awaken My Love with Redbone and Me and Your Mama. Like, got like this man came out of doing like bars and pop music, and then dropped like the coolest experimental R&B album of the 2000s. It's
Yeah.
crazy. And then like, yeah, This Is America. All of a sudden, like, all right, screw R&B. We're going to do a trap banger that ironically puts trap on its head to show issues in America right now. Like,
Yeah.
this man is crazy. So, and then like he still will put out a cool vibey track every now and then. So, Childish Gambino, crazy man, and like he's a guy that shows, you know, don't focus too much on the long game. Just make the best music you can make right now, and you will obviously you will evolve as an artist. Tyler the Creator too. All right, modern artist Tyler the Creator, crazy. That man went from
Tyler, very talented.
I'm a fucking walking paradox.
Yeah,
You know,
with
like,
a roach coming out of his mouth.
yeah, he went from like, you know, simple production and just like talk rapping about stabbing Bruno Mars, like, the most random stuff, and then he just like I loved Flower Boy as an album. That was really cool. Then Igor is so crazy. I've listened to Igor probably a dozen times all the way through.
It's so different.
It's
It's
so
him.
different.
It's him, but it ain't him. I don't know how to explain.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to somebody about it. I was like, bro, this
I know.
the vibe. It feels new.
I'm glad he got his Grammy. I'm glad he got recognized for that. It's awesome because again, like Mac Miller, who's right behind me, is another example of an artist who like started out making this frat rap, just kind of goofy, white and nerdy stuff, basically. And then like his most recent Circles, bro. Circles is like one of my favorite albums of 2020.
Yeah.
It's so good, and it's just like this cool like singer songwriter vibey music rather than, you know, where he started. It's crazy to see artist evolutions. That's why when I look at somebody like Eminem, I'm like, you can like you don't have to keep forcing yourself to be like the best rapper. Like show us what
Mm-hmm.
else you got like musically, because I've already seen him rap insanely fast and rhyme 50 million words in one song. Like he's
Yeah.
the best at doing that. He's proved that. I don't need to hear it like 100 times over. Like cuz some of my favorite stuff from Eminem has been like his little more mellowed down like Superman on like, I can't be your
Be your
Superman, your
Superman.
Superman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love when he does that stuff, and he Mockingbird and stuff like that. He kind of gets a little bit more real with it rather than the whole like Bin Laden with a pen biting him again in the Taliban and Taliban.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that, but I don't need it on like everything, bro.
Every song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's take it to the video game cartoon side of things. Where do you stand as a fan of these things? So like,
Are you more of a video game fan or an anime?
yeah, more
fan?
of a cartoon or anime fan? Where do
Yeah.
you stand?
So I grew up like video games every day. Especially when I started video game rap battles, like video games were like my life, bro. Video games and YouTube were like everything. Like I played sports, I did well in school, but literally get home. I was only allowed to play video games on like the weekends because my parents, and so like literally I would wake up at like 4 a.m. during weekdays
Yeah.
just so I could get like an hour of gaming in before my parents wake up and then like go back
Yeah.
to sleep. Yeah. So I love that stuff. Now it's harder for me to just pick up a game cold, even if it's a game I know I'm interested in. Like I've had Red Dead Redemption 2 like in the box, like waiting to play it, and have just like not opened it yet because like it's
Yeah.
harder for me to commit to sitting down and playing a big game. But I play like probably 10 minutes of Hearthstone every day because it's just super easy to just like get on there, do that. I just found my roommate has his old GameCube because he plays Melee a lot. So I
Yeah.
found my old copy of Super Mario Baseball, and that was like my favorite game. Like two player competitive. I
Bro,
love
you
like
gotta,
the Mar-
you gotta put it on. You gotta Twitch stream it, man. You gotta Twitch stream it.
I played. I shit you not. I played Mario Baseball for like 2 nights ago, like October 30th, from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Like 8 hours
God
straight.
Goodness
Like
gracious.
I had my
Goodness,
girl
goodness.
came downstairs and like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm playing Mario Baseball." She's like, "Is it like, can you not sleep? Is everything okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm just playing Mario Baseball."
Just having, just having fun with Mario baseball. That's it.
What's the problem? And so I like if I find a game, especially like the nostalgic games. So like, there's a lot of games I don't traditionally play that I'll rap about just because it's you. And like everybody's got like in the nerdcore like animes that they haven't seen, but they still will make a song about because everybody wants to hear a song about that.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of games like that, like Bendy and the Ink Machine, Five Nights at Freddy's. I don't traditionally play those, but
Yeah.
I know so much about them because I'll watch Let's Plays, I'll do research on the characters, and cartoons. Again, another thing was the same exact way. If I find a cartoon I really like, I will binge it now. Like
Yeah.
like Star Wars: The Clone Wars. I didn't watch as a kid. Watched like all of it in sophomore year of college. God, what was
That's
another
a
one?
hit. That is a hit.
Gravity Falls. I had
Bro, Gravity Falls. Yo.
I hadn't seen that either, but I kept seeing people say it was good. I found it on Netflix like 2 years ago, and just watched the whole thing in like a week. And so now
You got to check out Infinity Train. You have to check out
Infinity Train. Yeah,
Infinity Train is good.
I've seen good things about that. But now if I'm watching cartoons, it's gonna be probably like just old episodes of American Dad or I'm watching the new cartoons that are coming out on Netflix. So like F is for Family and Rick and Morty and that BoJack Horseman I loved a lot too. That was awesome.
Oh, also, I don't know if you know this. You just mentioned it and it brought it back to me. The fact that you're watching Rick and Morty. Did you know supposedly that Rick and Morty and Gravity Falls, they're connected?
I've heard like vague theories. I haven't delve too deep into the specifics of the Gravity Falls and Rick and Morty crossover.
There's an episode, I want to say it's an episode in Rick and Morty where that he opens the portal gun, push something in the portal, and then in Gravity Falls, the stuff that he pushed in the portal came out of Gravity Falls.
Oh,
The
that's
portal of
hilarious.
Gravity Falls.
That's,
So it's either vice versa, but that's one thing that it's like super speculated.
Yeah, it's a fun, and like Justin Roiland, I know did voices on Gravity Falls, so like it's probably just a fun little like retroactive like crossover.
Easter egg.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, do you remember?
Yeah.
You remember this one episode of Gravity Falls? Let's kind of reference that. Like that's fun. I would love to see more about like the relationship between those two shows.
So you reminded me of something I wanted to ask. How much preparation goes into creating a song for something that you haven't binged or you haven't really paid a lot of attention to before that moment?
Sometimes I will literally just look at their like wiki pages and pull like if it's like a very obvious thing, like Pac-Man and Kirby was super easy. Like I obviously have played Pac-Man and Kirby, but I don't play them like super religiously, so I don't know all the details. So like for Pac-Man, he's got 40 years worth of material. So literally I'm just pulling like the biggest things like very first video game Hall of Fame game, very first like all I have to reference Power Pellets, Ghosts, like I have to reference the big things. But for a smaller niche thing that doesn't necessarily have this big grand mainstream appeal like Five Nights at Freddy's, like I hadn't played Bendy and the Ink Machine, like Doki Doki Literature Club, these games that I know about, but they're much more specific.
You have a song for Doki Doki?
Yeah, I've got two.
Okay, we got to check it out because they're telling us to play Doki.
Okay, yeah. If you do go through it, I haven't played it myself, but I actually for Doki Doki, there was like such little real information about the character that I'd seen a playthrough of the game previously, like a year prior, and then I went to go write the rap battle, and I was looking through the wiki. I'm like, God, there's just really nothing here. So I watched an entire new playthrough of the like just sat there for 4 hours just watching some dude play it.
Yeah,
and like just taking notes. Like, oh, that's a cool quote. Okay, she does this. She plays this. Okay, cool. So sometimes literally go through the whole game and just comb out details, but sometimes it's as easy as just Kirby like he's 8 inches tall. I can make a joke about that.
Yeah, got you.
So let's end it off with something the people, whether it's your fans or just in general, don't really know about Cam. What's something unexpected that we wouldn't know about?
Well, I think this is the whole kind of like experience here is that I'm kind of pushing for like in the background, and I've been working towards this for a little while, kind of this mainstream push of like Cam Steady as a musician, as an artist outside of video game rap battles. I love nerdcore. I love the nerdcore scene. I'm not leaving it anytime soon, but the goal is build a following for this music until that can become like who I am, not just video game rap battles. And I've been working with a lot of cool people in the background, like some stuff in the industry, learning a lot more about the music industry in the background. So whenever somebody sees a video game rap battle, just know that there is like a musician who is like really working towards something bigger in the background.
Yeah, nah. And I think one thing I think people kind of miss on a lot of stuff, like especially with you, and like I said this on one of our reactions. I want to say it was the Dragon Ball Villain Cipher, where when you were spitting, people tend to forget. They tend to forget, like, yo, this dude can really make music. This dude can really rap. Because, and I want to say that it was the Villain Cipher. And I was like, bro, you're such a treat in the ear. Because when you hear the video game rap battles, you're only thinking about the characters. And even though you were rapping as Super Janemba, it was still I wasn't entranced by the character,
Yeah.
but it was how bary you were, what you were saying, the
Mhm.
flow. Like it was real drippy, super in the gym, but da 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 da.
Yep,
And it's
yep.
like it was like one of those moments. Like I was like, bro, like this is one of those things about Cam. He's such a treat to hear because he, time and time again, when you hear you forget how talented some artists are, and then they flex. And like I told Rustage, I told Divide, I told Daddy Fat, I'm gonna tell you, I love when y'all talk y'all shit. I love when y'all flex and like yo bro, I'm
shit.
when like yo bro, I'm really Bari. Let me show you. I'm really like that's all. Like I really love Dizzy 8 because Dizzy 8 is drippy and like he shows how drippy is. And the same thing with Diggs. Like they embody that, and that's the one thing about you. Like when I hear you spit certain times, it kind of reminds me of Rustage. You're so good. Like you find yourself going through the motions, and then when I hear you on Super Jeanette, and this is another example where like, yo, I can really do this. Let me show you why I really do this, and it's really enjoyable, bro.
Thank you, bro, and thank you for all the kind words too. That means a lot.
Hey man, we keep it real around here.
Yes,
If
sir.
y'all made it to the end of this interview, bro,
If y'all made it this far,
comment Cam Steady in the comments.
comment Cam.
You ain't gotta put no what's the word? You ain't gotta put no
hashtag.
Dang it.
Ellipses.
Like a
Inspiration.
dang it. I can't remember the word. But look, Cam Steady. Just comment Cam Steady.
Yes,
Let us
Cam
know
Steady.
you made it this far, God dog, and then all the people gonna be like, what are they commenting Cam Steady for?
And they gonna Google it, and then boom, splat that rat trap.
Exactly. So we appreciate you for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
Where can the people find all your your social media and all that good stuff?
So for the video game rap battle stuff, if that's what you want to see, of course, I understand you there. Cam VGRB on all social media platforms and video game rap battles on YouTube. If you want to check out some of my other music, I've got a couple of chill songs, but also some more hype stuff dropping very soon. That's Cam Steady on Spotify, SoundCloud, everything like that. But if you want to also check out my social media there, that's the Cam Steady, one word, on Instagram, Twitter.
Awesome.
All right.
Appreciate you for having me, man. And
we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.